Hare Krishna. We will discuss the last theme of the Pondeka. Chapter, Canto 10, Chapter 66, Deliberation. Pondeka. We will discuss text 18 till 20. 18 is on the board. We can repeat together. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yodhanam tat Radhadesh Jala. Ayodhanam tat Radhadesh Jala. Vivat Karoster Harina Vakanditai. Ahasitam Modapam Manaspinam. Akritam Bhota Pate Ivalvanam. Ayodanam Tattavachikam Charam. Vivat Karoster Harina Vakanditai. Abachitam Modavam Manaspinam. Akritam Bhota Pate Ivalvanam. Ayodanam Tattavachikam Charam. Karoster Harina Vakanditai. Abachitam Modavalam Manaspinam. Akritam Bhota Ivalvanam. Akritam Bhota Ivalvanam. Ayodanam Tattavachikam Charam. Vivat Karoster Harina Vakanditai. Abachitam Modavam Manaspinam. Akritam Bhota Ayodanam Tattavachikam Charam. Vivat Karoster Harina Vakanditai. Abachitam Modavam Manaspinam. Akritam Bhota Pate Ivalvanam. Ayodanam Tattavachikam Charam. Vivat Karoster Harina Vakanditai. Bhavachitam Modabam Spinam Akritam Ayodanam Tam Chikam Chalam Vipat Avose Arinavagam Titai Bhavachitam Modabam Spinam Akritam Modabam Ayodanam battlefield. That with the chariots, Vachi, horses, Punjara, elephants, Vipat, two-legged humans, Hara, bulls, Ushtrai, and camels, Arena, by disc, Avakantitai, cut to pieces, Babao, shown, Chitam, spread, Moda, pleasure, Paham, bringing, Manaspinam, to the wise, Akridanam, the playground, Udapate, of the Lord of ghostly spirits, Lord Shiva. Eva, as if Ulvanam, translation, and purport by the disciples of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The battlefield strewn with the dismembered chariots, horses, elephants, humans, mules, and camels that had been cut to pieces by the Lord's disc weapon, shone like the gruesome playground of Lord Uttapati, giving pleasure to the wise. Srila Prabhupada describes this scene as follows. That's one question. Although the devastated battlefield appeared like the dancing place of Lord Shiva at the time of dissolution of the world, the warriors who were on the side of Krishna were very much encouraged by seeing this, and they fought with greater strength. A few small comments. One sentence comment by Vishwanath Chakravarti. The battlefield, Ayodhanam, spread Chitam with all ratas and other objects by the Lord Chakra arena appeared splendid. This was done especially by Chakra, the best of all weapons. The chariots, as previously, went in front, but the Chakra completely destroyed them because of its actions, since it was the best weapon. The battlefield was a fearful sight Ulbanam for the enemy. Text, we will continue reading text 90 and text 20. Ataha pandrakam sarir bobo pandraka yadvavan tutapakena mam aha tanyastranye utvichamite. Lord Krishna then addressed Pandrika. My dear Pandrika, the very weapons you spoke of through your messenger, I now release unto you. Purport. Srila Prabhupada writes as follows in Krishna. At this time, Lord Krishna told Pandaka, Pandaka, you requested me to give up the symbols of Lord Krishna, specifically my disc. I will now give it to you. Be careful. You falsely declare yourself to be Vasudev, imitating myself. Therefore, no one is a greater fool than you. From this statement of Krishna, it is clear that any rascal who advertises himself as God is the greatest fool in human society. Commentary. Jiva Goswami. After the armies were destroyed, when all obstacles were completely removed, Krishna had appeared in a warrior dynasty. Sorry. Swayam Bhagavan laughed, oh, I now release on you those weapons which were mentioned by your messenger. 620. Jaya Yishe Pidanam Me Yat Vajahya Nishaditam Vajami Sharanam Tedya Yadinachami Samyugam. O fool, now I shall make you announce my name, which you have falsely assumed, and I will certainly take shelter of you if I do not wish to fight you. Srila Prabhupada writes as follows. Now, Pandaka, I shall force you to give up this false representation. You wanted me to surrender unto you. Now this is your opportunity. We shall fight, and if I am defeated and you become victorious, I shall certainly surrender unto you. The commentary of Jiva Goswami. You told me to give up my false name. I shall make you renounce your false name. Jaya, give up, can have a causative meaning. Make you give up. Thus Krishna says that he is giving another meaning to Pandaka's words. You should act according to the messenger's word. Yet, on seeing you today, I will surrender according to your words, if I do not fight. Instead of Adya, today sometimes Agya, full, is seen. But by this Krishna mocks him. Om Ajnana Tilandasya Jananjana Snaka Shakshun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Chitchetaya Manobishtam Staptam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupgadamyam Dadati Sma Palantikam Vandeham Shiyo Shiyuda Padman Shikum Vaishnavamsa Shiyupam Jagadatam Sakanaraganatam Buddham Sativam Satvaitam Savadutam Pachin Saitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagamrita Shikshātam Vitam Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandha Jagate Gopesha Gopakam Tanam Namaste Krishna Gange Radhe Vishavana Sudade Anamama Heke Vanka Kalta Vishanke Pasin Vaisha Patam Puran Gopashya Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasa Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Krishna Vishnu Namaste, Saraswati Devi, Gaurani Chai. Nirvishesh. And Lord Krishna is always in a happy mood. That is Ananda, always full of bliss. Whatever he does, even on the battlefield, is full of bliss. That he is the source of all rasas. That is, and in his Krishna, in his activities, is always the well-wisher of everyone, also his enemies. That we see that here in this past Pandaka. Before, a few verses before, there was the rasa of Hatya, louder, when the messenger was reading the message from Pandaka, telling Krishna that he should give up his signs of being Vasudeva, the Supreme Personality of God. Because Pandaka is the original Vasudeva. And Krishna was laughing that so yes, this is louder. And now we are going from Hasya, at least if you see the battlefield, is Bibhatsa. It's horror, all these dismembered bodies and this blood. But still, it looked beautiful. Krishna does everything perfect. That, but Hasya and Bibhatsa are secondary rasas. They come and they go. So previous it was Hasya, now Bibhatsa. That, so yes, I want to speak first a bit about this role of laughter. That previously Krishna spoke in a joking mood. But we see in Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna was surrendering to Krishna in the beginning of the second chapter, he surrenders to Krishna and said, I'm confused, Krishna. I'm now surrendering to you. I become your disciple. And then Krishna is smiling. That, but when I was reading these verses, I was thinking of Radhadesh Goswami. After Radhadesh Goswami after the disappearance of Lord Chaitanya, he was immersed in feelings of separation. Lord Chaitanya. And he went to Vrindavan to join the 6 Goswamis. And when Raghunath Goswami, he didn't want to stay in this body anymore. He was practically not, it's given up all eating and always absorbed in his feelings of separation. But then Rupa Goswami saw this and he wanted to change his mood to that. This is described here, that so this is the story of Raghunath Das Goswami when he came to join the six Goswamis. It is said that when he read Rupa Goswami's play Lalita Madhav, he was submerged in an ocean of separation, so that increased his feelings of separation. Though he was permanently in Radha's association at Radhakund, he was unable to tolerate even a momentary threat of separation, what to speak of intense feelings of Krishna's absence. When he read Lalita Madhav, which is about separation from Krishna, that the mood became so strong, it became doubtful that he would be able to survive that Raghunath Goswami. We have that place as Radhakund where Raghunath Goswami was staying. Very nice, samadhi is there. All the devotees go there to open their bases. So when Rupa Goswami saw how Raghunath Goswami was responding to this pain, he wrote another work called Dana Keli Kamudi. That's the pastime where Krishna is the tax collector and is going to tax all the gopis that but this Danakile Kamudi, it's full of humor. It's very amusing. So he just wrote that drama and he gave it to Raghunath Das Goswami for proofreading. So, but at that moment, he asked them to give back Lalita Madhav. So when Raghunath Das was reading this Danakile Kamudi, he forgot his feelings of separation and he started to smile again. Now, this is a very interesting pastime that the gopis are on their way to bringing dai, the yogurt, or to great sages who are doing a sacrifice. But on the way, they are stopped by Krishna and the gopis. And Krishna is there with Subal and Madhumangal. And Madhumangal, he plays the role as the accountant, the treasurer, and he must fix the tax for each gopi. So they are discussing about Radharani, how much he is, a tax is usually a percentage of what the good is worth. So they are trying to estimate the value of Srimati Radharani. So, of course, Madhumangal comes up with a very high number. But then So Krishna, yes, so be it, but then Lalita is coming between to defend Srimati Radharani. And this is just a few lines of the conversation to give you an idea of how much louder is in this pastime. That. So Krishna says to Lalita, "You cruel heart girl, what you like?" Lalita, today your friend said that each of these girls is worth more than 8,400,000 daggers of gold. I don't know how much it is. My dear friend Radha is famous in this world as the most valuable of all these girls. She's worth much more than your toll payment. Thief, why do you think you have the right to grab her by force? Krishna, aside, he speaks to Subal. I've no words to answer. And Krishna pretends to hear something. Subal, what is that deep, unclear, unchanging sound I hear from far away? It makes me tremble. Subal, I will go and find the cause of that sound. And he leaves. And then Krishna says to Lalita, "Oh Lalita, oh Lalita of the harsh words, it may be that your friend Radha is worth 8,400,000 bags of gold. Still, she's not worth more than 10 million daggers of gold. Therefore, I, the great lover, will be forced to accept you as the payment for the remaining thousands of gold tankers." So it's going on like that. It's just an excerpt of the Dhanakeli Kaumudi that Radhadesh Goswami he revived. That so this slaughter, see, yeah, that. But we see here, if we go back to this pastime, Pandaka. Pandaka, although he was thinking himself, Lord Vishnu, but he was constantly meditating on Vishnu. And Vishnu is a form of Krishna, but of course, he taught himself to be Vishnu, and that's offensive. But we see Krishna will kill him with his chakra, because his messenger said, yes, give up your signs of your symbols, Vishnu. And Krishna replied, no problem, I will give you my dish. Try to catch it. That's really what's happening. He will give you his disc, and the disc will go top of his head. But of course, he was thinking himself, he was concentrating himself on Vishnu. That is very offensive. But Krishna didn't consider that offensive. Because from the moment he was killed by Krishna, by Shaka, even before, just by seeing Krishna, he became purified. That it became purified of that offense. Thus, he was given Sarupya liberation, and he attained the same form form of the Lord. So that is great mercy that he was just concentrating on the transcendental form of the Lord. But why? Krishna is a well-wisher of everyone. That and it takes away the cause of the offense, which is how all is anarthas. Just by his glance. And by that the offense is gone. And he get the same form of as Krishna in Vaikuntha. Of course, we heard there's a little difference between the Vishnu form and the form of the essence of Vaikuntha. All the male forms have the same form, 4 arms. But Krishna has, of course, the Shivatsa, Lakshmi, which just, and the Kaustubha, that's the 2 differences. That, but of course, this pastime was predicted that when at the end of Krishna's Vrindavan pastimes, just before he went to Mathura, Narada Muni appeared. And he predicted, that is in the Bhagavatam, that Lord Krishna will kill Pandraka, and that he will burn down the city of Kashi. So that is Krishna. All what he does is good for the living entities. So we learn here also Krishna that is the source. Is the source of all rasas. That I think I had somewhere, quote somewhere, no, that I see. Let's go back to that point. All what Krishna does is good for the living being. So what lesson should we learn from that? From the moment you become a devotee, become a devotee means not that one is yet pure in heart, but one has the dedication to dedicate one's body, minds, and words all in the service of Krishna. Does that verse, quoted many times from Nectar of Devotion by Srila Prabhupada, Iya yasya redasya kamanamanasa geri Nicholas apavastesu jivan muktasa chate. When one acts with one's body, minds, and words, no convictions, just for the pleasure of Krishna, one acts as a liberated soul. So, if we come to that point, to dedicate all our activities constantly to the service of Krishna, then that is surrender. Surrender is described in Bhagavad Gita as Manmana, then you think always of Krishna. Matsai, you worship Krishna. Rather of course, then you become his devotee. So always organizing our lives that we always think of Krishna. by dedicating ourselves to His service constantly. If you do that, then Krishna says, Sautam Pujanam Kamsam Pujan Kamsalapo Kamsala Moksha Mata. Moksha is Mata, I mean, it's don't worry. I will take care of you. And Krishna makes that clear in Bhagavad Gita in so many ways. Nani Bhakta Anashati, my devotee will never perish. Krishna says that. Also, you have 9:22. Says yes. I will preserve all Krishna consciousness other that my devotee has developed. And I will give opportunities to advance more and more. That, so this is Krishna's care program for his devotees. That, but if you are under Krishna's care, and that's the lesson to be learned, is we must see that all what happens in our lives, good or bad, are the mercy of Krishna. That is the lesson to be learned. That, and you have Krishna can reciprocate always with us for our benefit. For this, that verse, also Prabhupada saw that in his own life. And he quoted many times this verse, Yasyamuna Grinami Harishi Tattanam Samvitata Yasyas Vachanadu. I special favor someone, I hardly deprive him from all his wealth. Then the relatives and friends of such a poverty-stricken man abandon him. In this way, he suffers one distress after another. Interesting. It suffers one distress after another. So many people cannot get this, that this is mercy, that is Krishna's mercy. If we are too much attached to something which hampers our relationship with Krishna, and we are too weak, we cannot let it go. Krishna takes it away by force, and then we suffer. But we suffer, but we give up our attachment at the same time. Mm-hmm. So we suffer to never suffer again because we suffer because of our attachment. And that's an important lesson to learn. Yeah. So such Prabhupada Swami writes, Srila Prabhupada felt in his own life that his first Yasyam Anugrinami Arishe is applicable. This is the Lord's kindness and bold. No, this is the Lord's kindness on anyone who wants him, but is attached to material possessions. Prabhupada in the lecture said, my Guru Maharaj, when I was a manager in Bose laboratory, he ordered me to take sannyas. So that was really in the beginning, 1930s, 1935, something in the beginning. So I thought, oh, I cannot do this. I cannot accept sannyas. Srila Prabhupada said, just the thought was horrible. But then he forced me that you must do it. because at a certain moment his big business collapsed and they stole everything, he lost everything. That and then his Gurumach appears many times in his dreams. You have to take some help. And finally, it took sannyas. That he forced me that you must do it. Pulling my ear, he brought me to this line. In the beginning, I was not willing, so it is his causeless mercy upon me. The Prabhupada saw this applicable in his own life. That, but outsiders, those who are not devotees, they don't understand it. Followers of Lord Shiva, they are rarely they go into a Vishnu temple or Krishna temple. Because Krishna takes away all your karma, your good karma and your bad karma. Because there is that discussion with that's Yudhishthira Maharaj, I think. That the point is that the followers of Krishna, Vishnu, the Vaishnavas, they are mostly poor. And the followers of Lord Shiva, they get so much wealth that so that's well known. So followers of Lord Shiva, they don't go in to the Krishna temples usually because they are afraid Krishna will take away my good karma. But yes, that is his mercy. That we see Pandaka, he wanted to kill Krishna. And he wanted to become Krishna himself. But still he got so much mercy that many times also this example is given of the witch Putana. That first Ayoba, yeah, that sounds good. But the verse is, who is more merciful than Lord Krishna, who gave the position of a nurse in the spiritual world to Buddha, who wanted to kill him. But this is Krishna, is the well-wisher of everyone, that and he respects their desires. Here in this pastime, Pandaka is saying, yes, or his messenger said that if you don't give up your symbols of Vishnu, you have to fight with me. And if I defeat you, you should become my servant. And here Krishna is saying, that was in verse 18, yes, I will fulfill your desire if you defeat me, then I will become your servant. So Krishna is always sensitive for the desires of the devotees, and that is special. Krishna knows our desires and reciprocates with our desires. But even without expressing them, he knows the desires. With the devotees of everyone. That So yes, that this is one lesson to be learned. So first, see in our lives everything good and bad as Krishna's mercy. That it's because the purpose of devotional service is one of, yeah. I just was thinking of Lord Brahma before the creation. He was thinking. He, he was thinking. He was praying to the Lord for three things. He was praying for empowerment, protection against Maya, and introspection. So that is part of our study of the Bhagavatam, this introspection. Before we begin the Bhagavatam, we read certain verses every day, and we need introspection. It's nice to hear the Bhagavatam and have a good time, but that's not the purpose. The purpose is that we understand what's in there for me to make spiritual advancement in my situation. That, like, this introspection is very important. That Krishna is always our well-wisher. So when we are serious following the instructions of the spiritual master, we have a regular sadhana every day, and we hear the Bhagavatam and study Bhagavad Gita, trying to understand Krishna's instructions. Then Krishna, he takes care of us. And the spiritual path is a very difficult path that easy to deviate every moment. Maya tries us to deviate. But by hearing these pastimes, what happened with Bhutan, what happened here with Pandaka, we get faith. Krishna is a well-wisher of all living entities. He is also all well-wisher, our well-wisher. That we have so many materialistic plans which keep us in this material world. That we want a nice husband or a nice wife. That and we want to have our job. That's what first we study at university or whatever to get a good job, and then and then a nice family, and the wife is nice, and you have so many children, and all these children are obedient, and they also go to the same process, studying and getting a job, and then they expect that they will also marry and have a nice wife, nice children, and so on. But that's the dream of material life. These things, they don't happen. They happen only in the cinema. But everything is fraught with suffering in this relationship. So we have these expectations. These expectations are based on the false reality of the false identity. That I'm the body, and I'm a father and a mother. We are not these things. That, and to get rid of it, it's difficult. Krishna says, Mama Maya Dvachita. So very difficult to come up with answers. this illusions. I am making the if you surrender to it. So the point is that in our lives we have to change. What does what do we make decisions? What do I want to do with my life? What do I want to become? But instead of that, we have to learn to think, what does Krishna wants me to? And what does Krishna wants me to do, and how can I organize my life to please him? It's a different type of thinking. Then you start to think as a spirit soul. Spirit soul is a servant of Krishna. And to make this transition, it is difficult. We have to come out of all these attachments. And gradually, we develop this service attitude in devotional service. And by developing this service attitudes, we start to transcend gradually all this suffering, because we won't take this material attachment so serious. It's not serious. Soon it's all over. It's all very. The relationship with Krishna is eternal, and we are learning here about our relationship with Krishna. Krishna is our only well-wisher in our lives. That our only real well-wisher. That, of course, we have also the spiritual master, the representative, who is our well-wisher, but he is representative of Krishna. That, so by that, if we want to become well-wishers of others, then we need to engage others in devotional service. Help others to think of Krishna. That therefore, household life, we heard this in the morning, that no need to take sannyas. Household life and read and chant and practice devotional service with the family, sadhana with the family, then it's not needed. But it's difficult that our relationships will be full of suffering if we don't do that. Then if a family to stay together, they must engage in devotional service. Then they will stay together. If they don't engage in devotional service together, chanting and hearing and discussing the Bhagavatam together, then they will stay. Otherwise, it's difficult. Because in ordinary relationships, there's frustration. That here we see Krishna is always blissful, and we can also come to that state of always blissful. That we heard about Raghunath Das Goswami, these feelings of separation. But these feelings of separation are the greatest bliss. That he's situated in his relationship with Krishna. We have 5 kinds of relations: Santa, Dasyam, Sakyam, Vatsalyam, and Madhurya. He was in Madhurya Ras, in this relationship. This relationship. He was feeling bliss, but that means he had realized this Baruch is his spiritual body, and he had no interest anymore in the material. Devotees were seeing Radhadesh Goswami is not practically not eating anymore. Every 2 days he was eating a little leaf cup of yogurt. So devotees made a plan, and they went to the garden of Chandravali, where in Vrindavan is a big tree with, at that time there was a big tree with big leaves. And they collected the leaves from that tree in the garden of Chandravali. So they made a big leaf cup and filled it with yogurt. The one devotee brought it to Radhadesh Goswami. And Radhadesh Goswami saw this leaf cup. He took the leaf cup and smashed it on the ground. And he said, how did you dare me to bring me something from the garden of Chandravali? Of course, Chandravali is right-wing gopi. And of course, we are all servants of Radharani. Radhadesh Goswami was left-wing gopi. It's a little different because the right-wing gopis, Chandravali says to Krishna, "Oh Krishna, I'm yours." That's her mood. I'm yours. Chandravali's mood is a little different. She says, "No, Krishna is mine." A different mode in devotional service. Different to understand this fullest conditions. And that is, he has realized his relationship with Krishna. So we have all relationship with Krishna. We know we are dust. We are servants. That's okay. But after liberation, when we come to Bhava in some lifetime, then we go to Bhava, then we realize what kind of relationship you have with Krishna. Your relationship will be revealed by Krishna. It will become natural. And when that spontaneous mood comes up, then one can perform Raganuga Bhakti to reinforce that. It will be not. But yes, this is a process of realizing our relationship with Krishna. That if we just can humbly serve the instructions of the spiritual master, and we act as a servant of Krishna, that's only a devotee, what a devotee wants. Lord Chaitanya said, I'm happy to serve you. I don't want any followers. I don't want love. I don't want a beautiful. Lord Chaitanya said, I only want the closeness, the devotion. If we come to that mood, that humble mood, Krishna will take care of us. It shows us to soon transcend, to soon transcend the cycle. There, this is what few points I could make. because Krishna is the source of this Adiras, that this Adiras is factoring the relationship between God and Krishna. But it's known in this world, in a also a further reflection, it becomes lust. That. But yes, this is the Adiras, this is the highest path. And all the other rations are less intense law. Because in the conjugal law, of course, mental devotion state is Pakya and there is Parakya. Parakya, unwedded, is the highest. The love of the gopis. That is the most intense. That love in separation. That. But then you have a lover is, if you see the conjugal law, even in this material world, man and husband and wife, they are also taking care of each other in parenting. They are also friends. They are also servants of each other. So that's included in the conjugal life. Therefore, is the most intense. And this love of Radha and Krishna, Radha Gopinath, is the highest, most intense love. The ideas. Srila Prabhupada explained. I had to quote somewhere, I had to say it. So any questions, comments?
Thank you for the explanation. So I'm just wondering, Pankaj, he went to Vaikuntha in this same, in this lifetime, just by being envious of Krishna. And Krishna's devotees, they have to work at it, purify, chant, do austerities, surrender more and more like this, then maybe within a few lifetimes, they might get the mercy to be so pure that they can go to Vaikuntha. It seems a bit unfair to
Yeah, I would say my answer to that, of my understanding of that, is that we see the moment, we see one life, the last life, found the community. You have many stories also in the Bhagavatam, where you see the previous lives, and then you understand. But here we don't know the previous lives. But somewhere or another, one kind of previous lives must also have meditated on Krishna. Krishna must have decided, okay, now I have some service for you. You have to take part in my pastimes. And this is your service. And it's not always the nicest role that you get. I remember that at the end of the Bhagavatam, there you have the Krishna is winding up his pastimes. And you see Bhujan Prabhu commented on that, said of that yeah. It's I think he called it, yeah, it's Krishna's roadshow, that it's finished, the drama is finished. Everyone takes off his costumes and goes back to his original position. That, and it's like that. Pandrika is a part in these pastimes. Why is playing that part? Krishna knows. We don't see it because we don't see the previous life. Like you have Bhutan. Bhutan in previous life was the wife of Bali Maharaj. And when Brahmandev appeared, that he appeared in the sacrificial arena, and she was so attracted to him. She felt motherly affection for him. Was there, felt motherly affection for Brahmandev. But then Lord Brahmandev took his 2 steps that and he took everything away from Bali Maharaj, and she became very angry. Now she wanted to kill him. So but then she became Bhutan, and she had still these 2 things. She became attracted to the baby Krishna and wanted to give motherly affection at the same time. He wanted to kill him. It was still there. But Krishna took only the good part, the motherly affection, and gave us that result. So Krishna does not consider a contamination. And that's very beautiful. That shows how God is all good. And but those who have not gone to the first 9 cantos and have not developed any feeling for Krishna, they cannot get. Therefore, this Bhagavatam, especially this 10th canto, that should not be discussed with non-Buddhists. Cannot get. They misconstrue everything because they don't have understood the spiritual techniques that are explained in the previous chapter and realization. If you study the Bhagavatam from the first to the 10th canto of the Bibles, then at the 10th canto, that if you are properly gone through it, of course, I went to do it a few times, but still not properly. That's the problem. But anyway, it helps a bit still.
That sense is quite encouraging that if Krishna overlooked Bhagavad as bad quality,
Yeah.
then he might also forgive our lack of surrender helps.
Yeah, it will help us. How he does that, we don't know. And sometimes we have an idea how Krishna is going to purify us. But that's Chaitanya Chandra calls this a lollipop idea of spirituality. But reality is different. You cannot make spiritual advancement without purification, and purification, giving up your attachment. What can you do? Of course, we have an easy process. We are chanting, we are dancing, taking prasad, it's joyful. But still, the giving up our attachment to this not becoming attached to Krishna is a process of purification. And therefore we have these ashrams, and the ashrams are meant to help us to purify. Each ashram has its methods of purification according to our situation. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki,